Good morning, good evening to everybody who's joining us this time. We are so excited to be back. Happy NAP week. We're innovating, we're inspiring, and we're involving. So awesome to have our partnership with NAPA UK again this year to celebrate activity professionals and activity providers. And we're so happy to have with us today, we have Hillary and Natalie of the NAPA UK, and along with Colleen Knudsen, who is our relations director now, and we're so excited to have Colleen on board with us as well to talk a little bit more about the international relations that are taking place. And I just want to welcome you ladies, Hillary and Natalie and Colleen. Thank you so much for being here. How are you all doing?
Oh, it's just so lovely to be here. It's my highlight. It's my highlight of the week. We've got lots of lovely things going on, but it's so nice to connect with our friends on the other side of the pond.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love the pond. I think that the Atlantic Ocean is a little bit bigger than a pond, but I do like that we
I won't like to swim it. I won't like to swim it.
Oh, you're going to swim it now. Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, we want to encourage everybody who's watching, please type in your name and your email address because we will be doing some raffles during our time together. We're only going to have a quick 30 minutes because I know we have an amazing webinar with Namrata Bagaria, who's also one of our favorite international friends from Canada, that'll be talking about connected autonomy here coming up in the next 25 minutes. And so great. So we're putting that out, name, location, and email. Thank you. Vanessa's on the back end. I always appreciate Vanessa keeping my back there. But let me just tell you what the prizes are today so everybody knows what's going on. First of all, I just want to share that NAPA, the UK, they're giving away 2 prizes today. They are for a pair of registrations to their annual conferences, to their conferences that they're doing in the UK, one in Birmingham and one will be also in Scotland. So how exciting is that to receive 2 tickets so that you can take your spouse or a friend to these conferences in the UK. And so we will have that also being broadcasted there. Plus, we're also giving away a NAP membership, and this can be for anybody, either international or local or national. So that's really exciting. And then we also have one of our sponsors for this week is Music with Alexis, and they have provided a 2-month membership or subscription to their service of Music with Alexis. And Alexis is an amazing music therapist that does wonderful sessions on music therapy with all the different topics and themes that you can think of. So super exciting. So thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you again. And let's talk about that. I want to talk with Colleen really quickly first. And let's talk about how we are utilizing international and creating this innovating and inspiring and involving, how we're bringing the theme to fruition in this year. Colleen,
yeah. I have to say I am in awe when I go to the shed. NAPA has the shed, and the activities that are in there are absolutely amazing. They're so well thought out. There's so many of them. And I think for me and my team, we download that every single month. And so when we talk about innovating, sometimes it's just something new to you that's successful somewhere else. And so we've been pulling activities from those packets every month, and our residents are loving it. And it's saving so much time for the staff as well. It's kind of nice to shake it up a little bit.
I love that. I love that, NAP has the toolbox and NAPA has the tool shed or the shed. And I think that's really fun how they kind of coordinate. And that's the thing, is that they're here to provide even extra resources for everyone. And I think I love that concept of being able to be innovative in that. And we've really had to be innovative in the last, oh my goodness, 4 years now, right? That we've really had to work on becoming more innovative and really changing it up on how we did that. I talk to new professionals all the time, and they're like, this is very interesting. And I said, well, you should have seen it 5 years ago, what we were doing in activities. We've really done a lot of shift on that. And speaking of that, Natalie and Hillary, I know there's been a lot of changes occurring with NAPA. And so I would love to hear a little bit more about that. What's been going on in the last 12 months that's been emerging in your area?
I think there's quite a few sort of emerging themes from our activity providers. The main one, I think, is a greater focus ever before on tech, on the use of tech. I know we touched on that last year, but even more so in the last 12 months, and thinking about different ways in that tech could be integrated, not just in terms of digital care planning, which is a big focus here in the UK, but actually how people continue those kind of tech-based connections with their family in different parts of the world that were started during COVID. And that's been really exciting to see. I think everybody was desperate to get back face to face as well, so it's getting the balance between the two. So that's been a real kind of emerging theme. I think the other thing that we've seen quite a bit of, and maybe this is because it was our focus last year, but a real need to want to get out and about again, those community connections that were being so beautifully established before COVID, you know, and took such a bruising really for a couple of years. So we've done quite a big piece of work this year around supporting meaningful visits. We got a little bit of money from our national lottery to help us do that, and developed a range of toolkits for APs and for families, just to remind them of how they can spend time in a creative way with their loved ones when they visit, but also giving activity providers a bit of a helping hand to kind of reach out to families again and say, you know, we really miss you, we miss your involvement, not just coming to see your friend or your family member, but actually coming to see everybody, and the kind of the vibrancy that brought to the setting. So I think they've been two kind of really key themes for us this year. Our year of last year was connected communities. So that kind of brought all of that work together really well. And through the evaluation, and we've got a little report about last year's theme, through that evaluation, we've realised that just needs strengthening, which is why we've decided this year to focus on belonging, because it's kind of it's sort of an extension of that. What does it mean to kind of feel you belong, and what does that look like if you're receiving care and support? And the role of the AP in all of that, really. So yeah, there's a lot happening, a lot going on.
I love the theme of belonging. I think what a great way to bring that all together with connection, like you talked about last year, and then moving into belonging. And that really does help with what we're doing with innovating and inspiring and involving, you know, that we're really getting people involved in a concept of this is your community. Let's learn how we can live in your community. Because I think a lot of times when we have new people, our new seniors arriving into our communities, they don't feel that connection like you're talking about.
No,
and they don't
no,
feel like they belong. And so, and we see that as well with our APs, you know, with our providers and our professionals, that they just don't, sometimes they don't feel like they know what they're doing. You know, they're brand new and they can't figure things out on their own just yet, because they're being tossed every single task they can think of, you know, and they're stressed out like we all get, you know. And I think belonging, I also think of belonging, I also kind of envision self-care in that as well, that, you know, you have this community of people that are going to help you achieve what you need to achieve when you feel like you belong. And that's so thank you so much.
And I think we've seen that through their activity support service, a greater interest and I think a higher expectation around activity provision being really inclusive. So we've got activity providers asking more than ever before about resources for, you know, Black History Month, or for Pride, or just for Diwali, you know, as well as Christmas and Hanukkah, and that's just been so lovely to see. It's great for us because we get to do some really creative work, you know, developing fabulous resources, and pulling on the knowledge of the staff, you know, that are from all over the world, that have such great, they've got so much knowledge themselves to be able to share. And that's, you know, that's all part of belonging too, and it does make our practice more inclusive. And I think along the way we might make some faux pas and get things wrong, but if we're upfront about that and we're learning and we're trying to get it right, that's a really good start.
Yeah, and we've seen some really
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say what Hilary said. We've seen some really good practice examples of that, from breakfast clubs, you know, to meal times, to celebrating weeks. So like they'll have a celebration of a staff member that might be from a different community or a different culture that has come to work in the UK. And they're really celebrating that individual for a full week, thinking about the music, you know, the kind of food that they would cook or eat in their country, and sharing that. And that has been such a delight to see. And because of that, as Hilary said, we've been able to create resources to support that conversation and them activity providers even further. And then for those that are just interested in other festivities and other communities, it's a learning curve for them. They're enjoying using the resources to learn. As humans, we naturally are inquisitive, and sometimes writing these resources that we provide give us all a great insight into the communities that are working tirelessly day in, day out within our care sector.
Beautiful.
I like that. I was just gonna say, there's no worse feeling, I think, than being surrounded by people and feeling like you don't belong or you're not being included.
Mhm.
And I see activity providers and activity professionals as the people that really have the power and the knowledge to bring people together. We saw so much loneliness and depression and isolation during COVID. And I think we're still coming out of that. There was people that really, really struggled, and they are trying to want to be around people again. And I think this is a great opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
I think we've all become a little introverted in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know for myself, I was a highly extroverted activity professional, right? That's just what we do. And I've noticed that I've been a little bit more introverted, the farther away from COVID we get, just because of all the times that we're, oh, COVID's out again. Now we need to go back into our rooms. We got to go back into our shells, and then we can come back out maybe in a little bit. And I think that's the challenge that we have. And thank goodness for technology, right? That we have the ability to connect. Who would have thought 5 years ago we would be able to connect in this manner and have this opportunity to communicate with both you lovely ladies, across the pond, as we say, right? So that we can have this relationship. And I want to take it a step further because we're so excited to share and announce right now
Yes.
that Hillary and Natalie will be coming across the pond and will be our special presenters at our annual conference this April in Minneapolis. We're so excited to have you ladies join us. And Colleen, I want you to talk a little bit more because this is something new that we're going to be doing this year. And we're
Yeah.
going to be having a little bit more opportunities for our international attendees at our conferences.
Yeah.
Please share a little bit more about that, Colleen.
Well, with technology, we've been able to meet so much more often than we did as our global leader group. And so I think when it first started, we were sharing information virtually. We were presenting at the other conferences virtually. And I think for all of us, our goal is at some point to go and meet this person that you've been talking to virtually for such a long time, to truly be able to spend more time together, really sharing resources and talking about things. So if we utilize the conference time along with a few days before or a few days after to do a study tour, or we could go to different facilities in the area. There's such a wide variety of places in Minneapolis where the conference is going to be. It's only 3.5 hours from where I work. So I'm so excited to kidnap Hillary and Natalie and take them to where I work and have them meet the residents, and we'll have a forum. The residents are so excited to ask questions about how things are in the UK. It'll be a great opportunity. And then another blessing is we will be having a Takeko and Shingo from Japan also attending the conference and the study tour. So I think we're going to be learning so many different things. We do a lot of things similarly, but I think that there's also things that we're learning from each other, and why reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, absolutely. We are beside ourselves with excitement. We
Yeah,
have to
contain
it. We have to contain it a little bit, I think, because our families and our colleagues might get a little bit fed up of us. But we're having little conversations about the things that we might want to do while we're there. And Natalie said to me just before we came on the call, she said, "And I want to go to a thrift shop." She knows that I love. We call them charity shops here, but we're adding to the list all the little things that we're going to do in our downtime. Of course,
great.
not in our work time, but in our downtime. So yes, we've got a lot to learn, but we're really just looking forward to spending time with you all. I'm not going to let go of you, Colleen, I think for about 20 minutes. I see you after all these years. Yes, we're really looking forward to it. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
I think it'll be exciting if you're watching this and you're listening over across the pond, as we would say here. But if you are, please come and see us. Please come and say hello. We want to share with you what's happening in the UK. We want to share the best practices and examples that we're taking from our members, from our APA group. And we also want to hear what you're doing. We want to take that back with us. It's about that skill set sharing and the opportunities. And it's thanks to NAAP and to our charity NAPA, that we're able to come and do that with you. So yes, we're coming to America, but we fully want to be immersed in everything that you're doing. So please come and say hello. we're excited to see you all.
Yeah.
Well,
And while we're here, if those NAPA members who are listening today, if you have anything you want to know about how things are done in the States, let me and Natalie know, and we'll take your questions with us. You know, we're representing the membership on this trip. So anything at all that we can do, that we can take. We've already bought the Yorkshire tea to bring with us. So but if there's anything else you guys need or would like from the UK, let us know.
Oh, I love
Thank
it.
you.
I absolutely love that. I can't wait to try the Yorkshire tea. Are you bringing the cups and the saucers as well, or should we provide our own?
That's a big ask.
I'm just teasing. I think it's going to be super exciting. And one of the things that we were also doing at our conference this year, and we talked briefly about it last night in our board session, but we will be offering a poster share session, and that will be the opportunity that to Keiko and oh my gosh, I just lost his name.
And
Shingo will be doing a little bit more in detail at the poster share session. So they'll be kind of overseeing that. So we want to encourage all of you that are viewing today, if you're planning to come to the conference, to submit your application for the poster share session. So it's very similar to like doing like a poster board, like a science fair project. If you don't want to travel with one, you can do a PowerPoint presentation, but you do need to bring your own laptop to do that. There's lots of rules about that on the website under the conference page, or not rules, but information, I guess, more on that we are doing there. And I think it's super exciting that we're going to be offering that the first time this year, because it's very important for us to share our ideas and have a platform to do that in. And I think I'm looking forward to learning more from you ladies, as well as to Keiko and Shingo, about what we're doing in the other countries. You know, we had the opportunity to have Arcadia with us last year. We love you, Arcadia, if you're watching, but we're super excited also to reach out and have Hillary and Natalie. I know we've been trying to have you come for a couple of years now, and we are so glad that it's going to work out this year, that we're going to be able to get together. In our last few moments before I do our raffle prizes, Hillary, or Natalie, share a little bit more about your conferences that are going to be taking place in Birmingham and Scotland, if you don't mind.
So it's all on the theme of the Year of Belonging. So the first one is in Birmingham, which is right in the middle of England, to try and get as many of our members together as possible. We also have an international speaker. We've just confirmed that Akida is going to come and speak at our conference this year. So that's really exciting in Birmingham. So which is lovely. So we'll hear all about activity provision in New Zealand. And then in September, we're going to have a conference in Edinburgh in Scotland as a UK organisation. We have lots of members in Scotland too. So we're really looking forward to that. And that also will be on the theme of belonging. And in both conferences, there will also be kind of a running theme around the role of research in activity provision, and how activity providers can get more involved in research too, which is a strategic priority for NAPA over the next couple of years, which is exciting.
Super exciting. And I know they can learn more. I know somebody on your end. I don't know if it's Natalie's doing that, or if we have Gianna on the outside, but she's been typing in. Somebody's been typing in information from the NAPA UK.
Yes, that's Jana. Hi, Jana. Thanks for doing that.
Big shout out to the comms team during NAP week, because they've been doing amazing. So big shout out to the comms team.
Yes, it's always great to have the people behind the curtain, right, that are doing all these amazing things for each of us. And just super excited to have you ladies here. And I've got the winners. We have done the winnership. So let's go through those first. We'll give away our first prize is the NAPA 2 tickets to the conference, and can they choose which one they want to attend?
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely.
So our first winner is Michael Butler. Michael Butler, congratulations. Hopefully you're still watching, and I do have his email, so I will be sending that over to you ladies so that you can reach out to him. I believe I saw him say hello earlier, and he said he was from the UK, so congratulations.
He's a member of our team, so if there's somebody else, so he'll be there anyway. So if there's you can pull that again, because Michael will be working hard that day already.
All right, so did you hopefully you heard that, Vanessa? We need another winner for that.
Giving him a good reason to come along. He'll be like, yeah, I'm just attending the conference.
I love that.
We need him.
Well, good. He says, do it again. Okay, we'll do it. We'll work on that. So our NAP membership winner, so we'll just go on to our next prize, is Tammy Macklin. So Tammy, congratulations. She lives in Idaho, so that's awesome. Congratulations, Tammy. We're happy to have you as a member, and you'll receive an email from me later to show you how to claim that prize. And then our NAPA, okay, so we have our NAPA prize is for the number 1 is Michaela Henderson. Michaela, congratulations. You won 2 tickets to a NAPA conference in either Edinburgh or in Birmingham. So you get to decide which one, and we will we'll get you that information. So congratulations, Michaela. I see that you're on here. And then our Music with Alexis membership, the 2-year subscription. Michaela says, yay! That's awesome. Our 2-month subscription to Music with Alexis is Becky Maninga. Congratulations to
Yay,
Becky
Becky.
Maninga.
Becky.
That's awesome. Becky lives in Minnesota. So hopefully, Becky, we will see you at the conference. And then our second prize for the NAPA conference, so this is either in Scotland or in downtown London, is, I just saw it, where did it go? Maya Brown. Maya Brown from West Virginia. And hopefully I pronounced
Oh,
it correctly. So congratulations, Maya. We're very excited to have you on too. And we'll connect you with Natalie and Hillary so that we can get you set up for your free
Great.
conference registration. That's for 2, so you can bring a friend or a loved one, depending on what you want to do there.
I'll go in your suitcase, Maya.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. So congratulations to
wonderful.
our winners today. So we have Tammy won, we have Becky won, Michaela won, and Maya. And Maya says, yay! That's right. It's a great reason to travel and to learn more about how things are done in another country, in the United Kingdom. We're so excited, though, to be a part of your conference as well as having you be a part of our conference. And we've really enjoyed this partnership over the last few years. And so thank you so much, ladies, for your time today. And I like to always end things with words of wisdom. So I would love to hear from all 3 of you some of your words of wisdom. And so if you want me to pick on one of you to go first, or if you want to go first, you just let me know.
Okay.
I would just say, reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to people that you've never met before, that you've never heard of their names. I think some of the best relationships that are made come from somebody just having the courage to reach out. I don't think that internationally we would be where we are right now if Natalie and Hillary and the rest of the global leaders weren't open to possibly somebody saying no.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Hillary?
I would add to that, let people know they matter and that you value them. So likewise to our friends tonight, to everybody that's watching, you know, thank you very much for your time and for being here. But that's a big part of knowing you belong.
Beautiful. Natalie?
I would say a quote that I always say, and it's right above my desk here by Oscar Wilde, and it says, "Be yourself because everyone else is taken." I think it's you know, I have it sat there for a reason, and it's okay not to do what everyone else is doing. It's okay to be individual. It's okay to be unique, and that's what we want to promote for the individuals that we support day in, day out. So you're doing your best. So be yourself because everyone else is taken.
Beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time this morning and afternoon and evening. We appreciate everybody. It's always fun to figure out our time zones so that we can come together. But thank you so much for taking the time this evening to join us. And just as a reminder, our webinar starts on the GoTo meeting here in 3 minutes, and you can still register. There's still time to go to the NAP website and join us with one of our other favorite international friends, Namrata Bagaria, will be speaking about connected autonomy, which kind of just encapsulates everything that we just talked about today with belonging and connection, as well as involving and inspiring and innovating. So we hope to see you over there, and we will be back live on Thursday with our next live opportunity. All right, everybody, have a continuing happy NAP week, and we will talk to you soon. All
Bye.
right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.